Hi friends, now we are going to see the topic CSS. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. CSS it is used to define how to display the HTML elements. That is, HTML is used to define the structure, and for that structure we can able to provide styles and colors using the CSS. The definition of CSS is it is a rule-based language that applies styling to the HTML elements. The various styles are color, background color, width, border, thickness, and font size. The advantages of style sheets are it saves time, easy to change, keep consistency, give you more control over the layout, use styles with JavaScript, and it is a common format for all the web pages. This is an example of applying a single style sheet to multiple documents. We are creating a style sheet which is named as styles.css. CSS files are saved with the extension .css, and we can able to create many HTML documents. For example, in the screen we have seen that there are 4 HTML documents. Okay, but using the single CSS, we can able to make modifications in the 4 HTML documents. That is, using styles.css, we can apply various styles to all these HTML documents. So only we are having the advantages that it saves time. Instead of changing the styles in every HTML document, using one particular CSS, we can able to make modifications in as many as HTML documents. We can, if there are 100 HTML documents, we can able to make changes using the single CSS file. So only it saves time. Easy to change means if you are making any modifications in the font, in the 100 HTML documents means in a single CSS, if you are making any changes in the font size, it will be reflected in all the HTML documents. Keep consistency means the changes which is reflected in the CSS, it will be applied to all the HTML documents. It will be of same. So it keeps the consistency. So only we have the name as more control over the layout. And the styles with the JavaScript. We can using in JavaScript also we can make use of CSS that is called as dynamic HTML. That is we can able to make interactive with the web pages, and it is a make it easy to create a common format for all the web pages. That is, using single CSS file we can able to make modifications in all the HTML documents. The definitions or the structure of CSS are the property, colon, value, and semicolon. That is, h1 is the tag name, and within curly braces we have to provide the styles, font size, colon, that is property name is font size, colon, then value is 12 point, and if we want to add some more properties we have to provide semicolon, then color, colon, red. And after giving all the styles, whatever styles we need to give, after giving we have to close with the curly braces. This is another examples of CSS syntax. That is paragraph tag we are giving, and we are providing two more property, that is font size and the background color. There are three types of CSS, that is external style sheet, embedded style sheets, and inline style sheets. The first one we are going to see is inline styles. Inline style means for a particular tag we are providing the styles. For example, consider the tag h1. For that we are providing the styles. That is, style is equal to, within double quotes we have to give various styles. That is, color is red, font property is sans serif. Okay, that is not only for h1, for any type of tag we can able to provide the styles. That is, For each line, for each tag, we are providing the styles, that is called as inline. Now come to the definition. Inline styles add styles to each tag within the HTML file. The same example, H1, I am giving the style, and when you see the output, that is IU only, it will be given in red color, others are in normal colors. Next one is, we can see, going to see the another type, embedded or internal style sheets. Inline style sheet is, we are going to provide for a single particular tag. Embedded styles are which is used to give within the tag style. Okay, within the style we have to provide the styles. A style is applied to the entire HTML file. Use it when you need to modify all the instances of the particular element in a file. Okay. For example, in the head, within the head, we have to provide the tag style type is equal to text slash CSS. In that, we can provide as many as styles. And if you are applying this paragraph is styled with CSS, contents will be that red color under align center will be reflected with the particular tag. Next one is external style sheet. It is a very important style sheets in the cascading style sheets. Since the diagram we have seen previous, that is for a single CSS file, we can able to apply the styles to many HTML documents. It also saves time, and if you are making modifications in a single CSS, it will be reflected in all the HTML files. This condition is applied to the external style sheets. For inline and embedded, we are going to give the styles in a particular notepad itself, and we are saving the file as .html. But in this, the styles are given in a separate notepad and it is saved as file name .css with the extension. Okay. See here. Now we have to open the HTML file, and in the head we are going to give link href is equal to URL, the what link we are going to give, and relation is equal to relation type, and type is equal to link type. See here, link relation is equal to style sheet we are providing, so style sheet type is equal to text slash CSS, and href is equal to file1.css. In the file1.css only we are providing various styles, and this style is applied to the this particular HTML content. That is, for example, in the file 1, if you are applying the styles for H1, that is Anna University Chennai as red color, if you are including this style sheet in this particular HTML content, if we can able to get the H1 only as in red color. Okay, that's all. And there are various selector strings: single element selector, multiple elements selector, and all elements and specific elements by ID. Single element type is for a particular tag we are providing the styles. Multiple means for various type of tags, that is H1, H2, etc. We can able to give within, we can separate by commas, and we can provide the styles. For all the elements in the particular HTML content, if you are giving the styles means we have to give star. And if you want to specify any particular element, if you want to give the styles means we have to provide with the ID as hash symbol P1 and hash symbol P3. And the CSS link. There are various anchor tags which can be used to link, that is a link, that is visitor link, active link, and the H over. And the visitor link is if you are opening the web page and we are seeing the link, that is called as visitor link. Active link means if you are clicking that particular link, that is called as active link. Hover link means when the user places the mouse over the link, that is called as H over link. CSS syntax can be there are various elements can be used, that is classes and IDs. For classes we are using is dot the class name, and for ID we have to use with the hash symbol. See here in this example, dot div is the tag name, dot box is the class name, and we are providing the styles. And for paragraph P, and we are providing the styles. This is normal CSS style. And for dot, if you are giving dot, which refers to the classes. If you are giving hash symbol, which is referred to as the IDs. For a particular program, there should be as many as classes we can able to include, but there should be only one IDs. And hash symbol is called as which can be applied to all. For example, if you are applying font means the font should be of same within all the web pages. So if you are giving star and if you are giving font name, font size and color, it will be applied to all. Then CSS inheritance. Inheritance means the list the item, that is it is like a parent child format. That is with if you are giving unordered list, within the unordered list if you are giving list, and within the list we are giving the paragraph, and we have to close the paragraph, and after that we have to close that inner tag li list, and then we have to close the ul, and then we have to close the body tag. Whatever tag we are giving in the inner part, it should be closed at the next line of the content. Font properties. This various styles is called as a glimpse. The font is a mapping from code points to the glimpse. Glimpse is a visual representation. That is, if you are giving letters to be of different format or different styles, and that is visually it will be reflected in a different way. That is called as a glimpse. And the font, there are various identifiers. That is, in refers to inches, cm refers to centimeters, nm millimeters, pt points, pc is picas, px is pixel, px is pixel, emphas is emphasize, ex is roughly that is lowercase and lowercase letters. We have to use that one. Then next one is font properties. In the web page, we are seeing as only the text content, but inside the text, it will be of displayed with the like this format. That is, for every line there should be a square shape marker. That is, in the top only the contents will be displayed. There will be a space between the two lines. For each one we can able to specify the colors, and we can able to see the difference. And also there are various style properties: font style, font weight, font variant. And for instead of giving a single line, we also can able to give the same single line and in multiple line format also we can able to provide. The first line is the shortcut form, and this one is the expansion form. And also there is various text formatting: text decoration, line spacing, word spacing, text transform, indent, align and space. And also we can able to provide using different colors, using a color palette, and also using hexadecimal values. And next one we are going to see the CSS box model. In the normal flow, we have seen that how the text are displayed in the web pages. The same as somewhat deeper we are going to see in a CSS box model. In the, if you're typing the, it is the content area, and the square bracket, that is, we have seen the border of the, that is the content edge, and space between the outer is called as the margin edge, the between is called as a padding edge, and this is called as a border edge, and this is a border area and padding area. And for each one we can able to give different colors, and we can able to identify how they are displayed. That is somewhat a deeper we have given. And if you want to see that changes which is happening in the particular page, we can able to provide the styles and colors, and we can able to see how it is displayed. It is somewhat interesting. Okay, the same as padding top, right, bottom, left, and this and all, and border for this only, for this particular screen only, we are how they are giving the values. That's what we are now seeing. Padding, we are giving top, right, bottom, left, and border also we are giving the width and colors for that. And we can able to give solid color as well as groove, as also dotted colors. And border also we can able to provide various with color and style. And in some images in the website, we have seen some images at the background and the letters in the front. This is an example for that. That is, body style is equal to background image URL of what the name of the image. First we have to type the text, and we, if your next line, if you're giving the particular content, the image will be at the background, and the whatever we contents we are typing, it will be in come to the front. Thank you.